The Age of Revolutions 1830 to 1848, Part 2. Hello students, now we start a new topic on the Age of Revolutions 1830 to 1848, Part 2. The romantic thoughts and national feeling took precedence. The growth of nationalism did not come about only during wars and defensive expansion. Culture played a significant role in creating the thought of the nation. Art and poetry, story and music helped express and shape nationalist feelings. Romantic artists and poets usually criticized the veneration of reason and science and paid attention instead on emotions, intuitions, and mystical approach. Their effort was to create a sense of an ordinary collective heritage, a common cultural past as the root of a nation. Further romantics, such as the German philosopher Johann Gottfried Herder, 1744 to 1803, claimed that true German culture was to be exposed among the common people, thus Vogue. It was during folk songs, folk poetry and folk dances that the true power of the nation, Volksgeist, was popularized. So collecting and recording these forms of folk culture was essential to the project of nation building. The importance on vernacular language and the gathering of local folklore was not just to get well ancient national spirit, but also to carry the modern nationalist messages to big audience who were mostly uneducated. This was mainly so in the case of Poland, which had been separated at the end of 18th century by the great powers Russia, Prussia and Austria. Still, Poland no longer lived as self-governing country. National approach was kept alive through music and verbal communication. Karol Kurpinski, for example, famous for the national great effort through his operas and music, turning folk dances like the Polonaise and Mazurka into nationalist symbols. Language too played a significant role in rising nationalist feelings. Behind this Russian work, the clean language was forced out of schools and the Russian language was forced everywhere. In 1831, an equipped revolt next to Russian law took place, which was eventually crushed. Subsequent this, many members of the clergy in Poland began to use language as a weapon of general resistance. Polish was used for church meeting and all sensible information. Accordingly, a big number of priests and bishops were put in jail or sent to Siberia by the Russian powers as a punishment for their negative response to preach in Russia. The use of Polish came to be seen as a sign of the fight back next to Russian power.